All right. Take care and think about for a while that evening time is now. And what have I been doing? I've been resting, eating, and what is more interesting when it comes to these videos is I have been playing this game this evening. So this is an evening time with the 32X featuring do you see? It's a 32X cartridge featuring TOUGHMAN. All right. So TOUGHMAN 32X. It's a very interesting concept there. The first weekend I played it with my niece in winter last year. We couldn't really figure out how to do the bouts, how to keep on going, and finally win. But I've decided, and I did decide after just time passed, that it would be better not to get frustrated and to keep on playing. And now when I was relaxed, I've been resting for a while, eating for a while. Well, what I decided was to play Toughman again. And this time, after two exhibition matches, I tried to go into the actual Toughman contest, Europe Middle Eastern League. So what happened? I am starting to learn now what to do. I'm not saying it's always simple. I've even won by TKO. Always when you hit him down so many times he can't stand up, and there's not even a counting before the match ends. And the deal with this is if one learns to play the game relaxed, sitting back, stretching out like this and like that, that means that you will be able to cope with the gaming. Even though it's called tough man, it doesn't mean you have to be aggressive, but you need to keep in line and you need to keep going. It's like you need the endurance to keep on going, even if you feel that for a while it feels difficult to enhance the experience and to handle the experience because it's a pretty difficult game. But then again, I've seen reviews and people talking about like the fighting game genre. Most of them are doing Hadookens all the time, where it's like, what do you call it? Nobody has said, no one I have met or have seen online seems to be talking very good, have any good things to say about Cosmic Carnage. And I think it seems to be not a waste of space, but an uneven playing experience. While Hoffman Contest is actually, while you don't think about it that when you just jab like this, the thing is that when you do it, when you hit at them, uppercut them, whatever, it feels like it's even more satisfying than a fighting game because it's true hand-to-hand combat, and there is some strategic moves into that to get going a bit. So it's been great at least trying it now for like half an hour or so, because I even advanced two stages in the actual contest, and that was for me. I was quite impressed that I could handle it after having waited so long to play it. But you just have to get in line, and you have to relax your mind, relax the body like this. You sit down here, you play like that. You only have to use like two or three fingers, and you hold the easy to hold the Mega Drive controller in both hands, and then you play with your thumbs mostly. And you don't have to be an expert in gaming or fine motorics to keep going with this. It's just that you need to focus a lot. If you don't focus, you won't get anywhere. But then again, you should not get irritated or frustrated, because that will make you lose even faster. If you just hang in there, it's better for you, because I mean it's a good way to get moving. But do not be hasty in your decisions. For me, I bought it complete in box, even though it was used and the box looks worn out. I'm happy that I am an owner of the actual instruction manual, because the deal with this instruction manual is that it's I mean, if you can find it easy, then you shouldn't worry, because if you think about it, when you flip through It's like this is actually pretty good. It's power punches. As a power punch is like special moves. If you get right communication and combination with yourself, the controller, with the opponent, then you can go around learning things, and you can learn things, and you don't have to think about the actual moving around, because the moving around is different from you know, even if you can't handle the first, doing it like this, looking through details, you realize that what you have to focus on is being offensive and block sometimes. I mean, you can't always be blocking, because you need to be hitting as well at the same time. So you can't always stand around blocking. So you need to take some risks. But following the manual is pretty. It's not too difficult, and you need to learn the difference between the buttons, which buttons to press the most, and when to try to steer your jabs up or down, or just aim straight forward. It depends. It depends on the fighter that you are facing also. It depends a lot on that. You can't really just go think about it's an easy game and you can be carefree and la la la, because there are difficulty involved in this game, but it's not too difficult. I mean, it's still enjoyable. Even if you lose, even when I lose, I still find it to be an entertaining game, and I prefer it from many fighting games I have played on the Mega Drive before, or Saturn before. I like the boxing. The boxing genre is more, fine art focusing, and not so much jaw dropping action. But it's still, it's got a consistency that's really worth spending time on, especially when it's Tough Man, because Tough Man is also graphically impressive. There are some dynamics in it, which is very. My favorite stage was Colosseum, and why is because it's got this the pillars. It looks very arcade like in a way, and this is because 32X was specialized in it. It was a niche doing arcade at home like gaming with simple controls, and this is exactly what is this. This is simple controls. You just have to learn. You just have to learn the right combination and not be afraid to try a bit of this and a bit of that. So this is what I'm saying about this game. It's really good to have it as a selection in my selection of games. And to be honest with you, it's a great game. It's just you can see the lions in the background sometimes winking their eyes, blinking their eyes like that, moving their hands and paws like this, but it just happens sometimes. And then we have the torches in the back, which is actually moving. It's the type of thing I say. This is what I've said about 32X all the time. It's about nifty. It's nifty detail. It's got splendor. I mean, the color palette is nice, and it's good going, but simple at the same way. But then there are some, additions to the game, which is, I like it very much. It's a game where you can keep on playing it. Whether you do good or bad, it's still enjoyable. I don't know if you believe me when I'm speaking of that, because Segalord X was saying, "Oh, I suck at this game. It's difficult to manage." Yeah, it's difficult to manage at first, but you should just go in there without worrying too much. And I mean, stretch out your legs, sit back, comfy, have some tea up there or some soda, whatever, carbonated soda. The thing is, if you focus on doing it right, you will be doing it right. So that is what the flames in the background moving. It's just a lot like when I play Pitfall and I see the waterfall in the background moving, and there's small nifty details. Even though people talk about frame rate, so and so. It's not frame rate is a fancy word. It's about pictures moving. All right, so it's you shouldn't really be thinking too much about the terminology. You just get into the actual gaming, and getting into the gaming is what I have done, and I love that game. I love it. I think it's a good game. I, I'd rather have that playing some evening with 32X when I have an evening with 32X time and time again. I think I'm gonna pick up this game more than once. That's compared to when I played it last year. I have done a progression which was surprising even to myself. So well, this is what I think. So that's what I would like to end this video that way, and I'll end it that way saying, "Hello, this is what I think," and I have a sip of tea, like you see here. And I will pause this video and upload it this day, and it's evening now. So we'll see if I get back any more later tonight, or if you will have to wait until next weekend. If you have to wait until next weekend, now don't you worry, because I will be back sometime sooner or later, rather sooner than later. So we'll see. I have some discussions, maybe with myself, maybe reviewing a new pinball game this evening. So I might not be filming anything more today, because it's sooner or later, I have to take my medication, I have to relax, I have to prepare for work, I have to relax some more, and I have to relax some more, and I have to relax some more. So it depends on how I feel in a few hours or so. But anyway, TOUGHMAN contest, it's better than you actually believe to start with, because when you start with the game, it feels so complicated, intricate programming, but then you have the lines in the background moving, standing on each side of the ring like that. It's a ring, even though it's a square. They call it ring. I don't know why. Anyway, um, this is a good game. You should actually listen to me now. It's not really only a good game, it's a great game. It's just that you need to get adjusted to the dynamics as you play. And you have to shift left hand like this, right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. You have to keep on, trying. You have to keep on going, trying. But if you get frustrated, it's better you skip playing it and then get back later to some time in a later time when you're not frustrated anymore. Take care and everything.